Welcome to the Get Out In It podcast, keeping our mental and physical well-being balanced by heading out into nature and doing stuff.
The activity isn't important. Walk, run, hike, bike, whatever it is, just find something you enjoy and get out in it. The point of this podcast is to show how ordinary people can achieve extraordinary levels of health and fitness.
Out here, we'll share informal, inclusive advice for anyone trying to improve their mental and physical well-being, based on our own experiences and professional knowledge from our special guests.
So let's lace up and get out in it. And here we are. Welcome to episode 35 of the Get Out in It podcast. How are you today, James Bale?
And what a week it has been. Yeah, I'm
I
very
forgot
well.
that bit. Bollocks.
Yeah, no, I'm very well. I'm very well. It's everything's progressing nicely. I've had a relatively busy day, a busy week. I'm a little bit tired. I was going to lift some weights, but then I delayed that to record the podcast. Then you delayed recording the podcast, squeezing my ability later to lift some weights. So I'm kind of up against it a little bit. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I just had a nap.
Yeah, I know. And you've shat all over my time to lift some weights by sleeping your way through the afternoon.
Consummate professional that I am, I had a nap and then jumped straight into recording.
How's it been?
Been all right. I've been very tired. I had a very heavy training day yesterday, and I think it fucked me over today.
Is that something that you're I mean, as we build up back up through the longer and longer runs now, you've got the longest run you've done in 2024 tomorrow. Is it when you hark back to the days of doing 4, 5 hour, 6 hour long runs out there, can you believe you used to do that
I really can't.
based on how tired you are now from just a little bit of exercise?
I was doing my hill repeats yesterday, and my hill repeats were I had to do 5 30-second sprints, and then I had a section of 4 3-minute, not sprints, but also not fast walks, kind of in the middle. And it was only 3 minutes, and after the first one, I was fucked. And I was like, I used to run ultra marathons. I can't even run for 3 minutes now.
You'll be back. You'll be back as we go up through those gears.
It's a little bit depressing. Yeah.
When I saw you sway to your left then slightly, did I see a really, really good looking guitar behind you there?
My left.
There it is. Yeah, that's a nice looking piece of kit, isn't it?
That one. Shall I move?
Yeah.
Move the
Isn't
mic
isn't that lovely?
Isn't that a beauty? What
Yeah.
a lot of people out in the podcast world don't know about me is that I'm a fucking amazing guitarist. I'm just putting it out there because it's a little known fact about me. Check it out. It's proof. It's proof that I do other things.
There you go. There you go. And talking of those other things, I would be remiss if I didn't ask, what have you done this week to get out in it?
Got out in it. Well, this week to get out in it, it's mostly been my I think I did absolutely everything on my training schedule this week. Like every single thing.
There you go. 100% clear week.
Yeah, which is
Greens
cool.
all over the place.
Greens all over the place, except one was yellow because I went long.
Okay.
On one of the things, I went a little bit long.
That's not too bad.
And it marked me as yellow. So yeah, what was it? I did my long run on Sunday, which was really, really nice. It was fucking mental because like all of the previous week we'd had ice and snow.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the Saturday, I think we had some sunshine, and we also had sunshine on the Sunday, and all of that ice and snow had melted. So all of the trails were fucked. And it was quite hard to run. I came back with my running shoes were just caked.
Were they caked?
They were caked.
Have you had to clean them?
I've been letting the mud dry.
And then you're going to bang them together.
I'm going to bang them together. And I've got I've got a really old-fashioned, like, washing up brush
Mhm.
with really stiff bristles. So I bang together my thingies, and then I give them a good old scrubbing with my washing brush.
There you go. That's how we roll.
Pro tip.
Hopefully not on the terrace, but on the grass.
Yes. Yes, not just outside the door,
No,
'cause that would be lazy.
that would be foolish, wouldn't it?
That would be lazy. Yes.
Oh god.
Um, so yes, I had my long run on Sunday and it was a really, really nice one. 2 hours 15, 17 and a bit Ks, quite some elevation, about 600 meters, I think.
And what are you gonna run tomorrow?
Tomorrow I've got 2 hours 20. So it's going up in fives. And a little bit later on, we'll talk about it and let's be honest. But I've got a marathon coming up in 4 weeks. So shitting my pants.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Um, and then I did an easy run on Monday, did speeds and yoga on Tuesday, did fuck all on Wednesday, did a hike on Thursday, did my sports with my ladies on the Friday, then my hill repeats, and then a hike. And then today is Saturday, and I've done an English lesson.
What a week.
It's been a
What
week,
a week.
man.
It's been a busy week. I'm
Yeah.
not surprised you've got some accumulated fatigue
Mm.
bearing down on you, despite the fact it's your big day out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be fine by tomorrow after a relatively sedate nap day
Yeah.
today. What
And
about your
say
week?
my week, actually, things are heading in the right direction.
You did some runs.
I did, yeah. I've
Mm.
done so far. I did a 2.5 kilometer run at the start of the week, and then I did a 3 kilometer run following that. I have done 2 sets of lower body weights. I've done 2 sets of upper body weights. I was going to lift some weights later today, but I think I'm going to run out of time now due to having to put children to bed and stuff. It kind of squeezed my day a little bit. Um, so I'll probably do them tomorrow morning now, and then I'm going to try and do like a 4 kilometer run tomorrow night.
Nice. And
So that'll be
how did your hip feel after your 2 runs?
yeah, it's still nippy during, but not nippy in a way that's sort of acute. Stop you doing it's just nippy.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, what I'm really paying attention to is how it feels afterwards and how whether I'm having to like limp off the treadmill because I'm doing it on a treadmill at the moment because I can do it in the evenings when it's dark.
Mm.
Um, and also how it feels the next morning and how the recovery is. And what I'm not finding is it certainly not getting any worse having been for a run. So I'm just going to keep going through this process. I'm going to do the rehab plan and I think that I am getting there. I'm hoping for that moment. When my first hip went, it was a nightmare of a rehab, but then at one point it just suddenly recovered. It was
Mhm.
just I was doing the work and suddenly it just went, "Oh yeah, I'm normal again now." And what I'm hoping for with this other hip is to do the work, lift the weights, focus on the rehab, do all the stuff that I've been told to do, increase the running slowly, and then suddenly it'll just go, "Oh yeah, I'm better now." And then I can just be a runner again. That's what
Yeah.
I'm hoping for. And yeah, I'll get there. I actually found myself I allowed myself to go online and look at some trail running shoes today, which is my favorite way to pass time when I'm actually a runner and not just feeling like I'm not a runner who's kidding himself.
I mean, you're a coach. If I'd been injured for 1,000 years and I said to you, "Oh, I can't look at running shoes because I'm not a runner anymore," you'd be like, "Fuck off, you're just injured,"
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I mean, what happens in one's brain is what happens in one's brain, isn't it? And I needed, I don't know. There was just, I didn't, now that I'm turning a corner, it's almost like I can allow myself to indulge in a little bit of, oh, they look
Did
nice. Oh,
did you buy those shoes? Because they did look nice.
they do look nice. No, I didn't buy them quite yet, but I may well. I may well yet buy myself some of those nice trail running shoes from La Sportiva.
Oh,
Mm,
fancy.
yeah, there we go.
Fancy. And I had another question. Yes, you said that you did your runs on the treadmill
Mhm.
instead of outdoors. Is that because of the injury? Is it easier or is it safer or anything to do those runs on a treadmill because it's completely stable and
Yeah,
what
it's a
have you?
combination of things really. It's more at this time of year, the days are very, very short, so I'm not getting much opportunity to go out in daylight because I'm working throughout the day. Um, and also I do have a headlamp. I could go out at night, but because I'm injured and because I've got a tendency to fall into potholes and break things,
We all know what
I
happens to you when you run at night.
yeah, running on a treadmill is just a very, very safe way to know I can do that those rehab kilometers without having to worry about the outside world. And also this time of year, if you're a bit short on time, putting a pair of shorts and a t-shirt on to run on a treadmill is very different to putting multiple layers on to go out into the wind and the rain and worry
Yeah.
about a headlamp and worry about waterproofs and all of that. So it's just a quick, easy way to work through the rehab.
Yeah, it's been yeah, it was a ball ache last week. 2 pairs of running trousers, 3 base layers, a jumper, a cardi, and then my running vest, gloves, scarfy thing.
Yeah.
The right ball ache, and it's only for, like, literally the first 5 minutes because it's ice cold when you go outdoors, but then the minute I start running, it's uphill, and I'm instantly boiling and have to take off about 3 layers. Very annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, what are we gonna do this week?
Well, we've got, it's the when this comes out, because this is today is Saturday that we're recording, but this comes out on the last Monday of January. So, what I thought would be fun before we get into challenge mode for the rest of the year, we should pop quiz each other on health and fitness and see how much we know so that listeners can go, well, they know all their stuff and stay with us, or they don't know shit and then not stay with us.
Indeed. And what we've got next week, we've got a specialist in um processed food, ultra processed food, what different types of food does to your body, does to your immune system, does to every system that you've got. And so they're going to come on and have a talk with us. And we thought that would be a very interesting interview chat to have as the first episode of February's No Processed Food Month.
Mm.
So we thought we'd have a chat with each other, do a little pop quiz this week just to get some information out there for the listeners. Now, how are we going to do this? Shall we, first of all, let's get out in it.
Okay.
Getting into it. Secondly, how are we going to do this? Are we going to take it in turns to ask
Well,
questions?
I don't know, but I went all technological and made a scoreboard.
So you did.
Which obviously just audio listeners can't see, but it's very high tech, my
So how
scoreboard.
do we get 1 point for getting a question right?
Yeah, although I mean I'm quite kind as a quiz master and I have offered the opportunity on some of my questions for bonus points.
So your questions have direct answers. It's not like explain something to me.
Now it's an actual pop quiz about stuff.
Okay, mine's multiple choice.
Ooh, I'm probably gonna win because
Yeah, I
I
know.
can choose. I'm good at choosing.
This is this is this is the annoying thing about my quiz. It is multiple
You did
choice.
multiple choice. Did you do it from knowledge that you already have?
I did it from a website.
Just one?
No, no. It's a health and wellness quiz thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Cool, cool, cool,
Some
cool.
are very easy, some will test you somewhat.
I've got a couple of evil ones.
Okay.
But hang on a minute, where's my other high-tech piece of instrumentation that I need for this
And how come
scoreboard?
on
There's my
the
pen.
high-tech scoreboard I've got my full name and you haven't?
Because your name is James Bale.
Okay.
My name is Maria. Or if you're if you're one of the French people I teach, Miss Maria
Yeah.
or Miss Maria, actually. because
which is
they
it's
can't
a
pronounce my
butchery.
name.
No.
They cannot pronounce my name. And yeah, it's really funny because I had this one French student who's called Paul, which is a very English name, Paul. And my name's Maria, and he would call me Maria, and then I would say Paul, and he would be like, I can't answer to that. And I was like, but your name is Paul. And he was like, it's not Paul, it's Paul. And I was like, yeah, but it's Paul because this is an English lesson. He's like, yeah, but I won't answer to that. My name is Paul. And I was like, well, in that case, my name is Maria. It's not Maria.
And how did that go down?
Not very well.
No.
I also had two students, also French, and one of them was called. There were two boys, two brothers. One was called Ewan, and one was called Alan. And I was like, that's not French.
No. Definitely not a French name.
Definitely not French. But they're both very, very good at English.
Oh, well, there you go.
So yeah. Anyway, that was a massive tangent and not really interesting to anyone listening.
So my question, my original, my Gile's just appeared. Anybody watching on YouTube? My question still stands. Are we going to take it in turns?
Oh yes, I think so. Like chacun son tour, and then we can do marking points as we go. I'll be I'll be point scorer. I promise not to cheat.
Do you though? How many questions have you got for me?
10.
Okay. Is
How
that all
many
we're
have you
doing?
got?
Oh, I'm not limitless. I mean, I could just keep going.
Ah,
Um,
I did 10.
my one of my questions does have anus in it though.
Ah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Taboo body parts. That's what this podcast is all about.
Do you want to know whether you got the answer right immediately?
Absolutely. Otherwise, I
Okay.
won't know whether to give myself multiple points.
Okie dokie. Right then. So you go first. Come on.
I'll go first. All right, here we go. Are you ready? You ready for this?
It's going to be embarrassing.
Play along at home, see if you know the answers. And if you do, write in and tell James Bell how silly he is for not knowing these simple questions. Are you ready for your first one?
Of course I am.
Okay. When and where was the first ever 100-mile ultramarathon and who won it?
Oh God, it's that sort of question, is it? I thought we were going to be doing like coaching and fitness and wellness stuff.
Well, kind of, yeah, but also some interesting other things.
When and where was the first
When
100
and
mile?
where?
Okay, so I am going to assume that it was in America.
That would be a very correct assumption.
Yeah. I am going to assume it was the Western States 100. And I'm going to guess. I can picture the guy who's the first person to win the Western States 100, but I don't know his name. So do I get half a point if I got
What?
some of it right?
Tell me what he looks like.
He's a white bloke who's quite old now with white hair.
I mean, I can't even give you. I'll give you half for America and the Western States 100 because that's excellent,
Yeah.
but not for white bloke who's old now. Because like
I watched a documentary about Gillian Jornet some time ago, and he was on that. What was his name?
what, the bloke who won the first 100-mile
Yeah.
ultramarathon, Gordy Ainsley.
Ah, there you go. Yes, I did know
Yeah.
that, but it doesn't matter, does it? So I get half a point for that?
Get half a point. I'm gonna give you half a point for that because that was excellent. Do you know? I'll give you actually a bonus half point if you can tell me what the Western States 100 was actually before it became the ultra marathon that
That
we
was a
know
horse
of
race.
today.
There you
Nice.
go.
There
It
you
was up.
go. One full point.
Yep.
One full point. And do you know why Gordy Ainsley decided to run it in?
Yeah, because his horse was injured.
Yes.
And he decided to run it, and it became apparent that because we're persistence runners and things like horses are not persistent runners, that a human being had a good chance of traversing that course quicker than a horse.
Mm. And for a bonus half point, can you tell me what year it was that Gordy Ainsleigh first ran and won?
1978.
It wasn't 1978.
When was it?
1974.
Ah, so I did get the bonus half point for the horse thing though.
Yes, you did.
So
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a full point for that
A
one.
full whole point. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Nicely
Nailed it.
done.
Now,
Well
this is
done, don't fail.
I don't feel like my questions are going to be as good as yours because I've gone down the full health and well-being thing rather than ultra marathon specific.
No, mine is quite running heavy because that's my
Okay.
passion.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you some questions, uh but I'm going to shake it up a little bit.
Okay.
Um in what year
Uh-oh.
was the running brand Hoka formed?
You see, I should know this because this is my favorite brand. But the problem is, I'm deeply, deeply superficial. And all I like is the shoes. And I don't know anything about the company except that they're French or they were originally French. But they've probably been bought out by an American company by now, I should think.
Okay,
I'm not
there are
sure.
some opportunities for some half point bonus points on this if you don't know the answer to this, but you're going to have to. I mean, coming up with a year, you've got a
I'll come
chance,
up
and
with a year, yeah.
you've
So
got a
what was the
chance.
when Hoka was first created?
Yes.
I must say 1987.
Did
Is that
did
really way off?
It's way off? Yeah, it's way off. Hoka were formed in 2009.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, yeah. But for half a point, being that you know that they were French, do you know the names of either of the two blokes that founded it? If you do, you'll get half a point.
Okay, well, obviously one of them was Monsieur Oka.
No,
Damn it. Um, Jean-Pierre Le Foie Gras,
no,
and the other one was probably Etienne Dubois.
no.
Okay.
You've got two more chances for half a point here.
I'm doing so badly. Oh, look at the balloons.
Yeah, that's because I'm winning. Um, so the two blokes were Nicolas Mermont and Jean-Luc Picard,
Oh, I was so close with
which is
Jean-Luc Picard.
which sounds
Jean-Luc
a
Picard? That's a Star Trek captain.
no, that's Picard. This is Dicard.
Okay, that's
Do you for an extra for to get half a point? Do you know
yeah.
which brand both those chaps worked for before they formed Hoka?
Nike.
No, it was
No,
Solomon.
bollocks. That's the other
Now
French
this is your
name.
last chance for half a point.
Ah, ask me about
Solomon
colors of
Solomon would have been
shoes.
a very very easy educated
Would have
guess,
been
wouldn't
in
it?
it would have been a
As two
really they're
French
so
blokes.
famous around here because they're
Yeah.
I'm right by the Alps. I don't know what I was
Do you
thinking.
know which town or city in France Hoka was founded in?
Well, I would have to say because they are trail running shoes, and because I'm right near the Alps, I'm gonna say Lyon.
Not Lyon, Annecy.
Ah,
Annecy.
Annecy. Ah, putain, fais chier. Oh la 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 la. That was rubbish.
So
That was
you
rubbish.
can I see the scoreboard? Can you put a zero next to yours for the first question?
Oh, what a wanker. All right.
Okay.
See, when I was doing all of my deep, deep, dark web research on running and stuff, I was thinking that all of the things I was finding were really, really hard and that you wouldn't know. And I suddenly just remembered that actually you've been doing sports for many years. You probably know a lot of the answers to all of my questions. I fucked myself right up the ass with a broom. Okay, here we go. Question number 2. Who is Fauja Singh and why should we try to be like him?
What? Who is what?
Who is Fauja Singh? I'll write his name down for you on the back of the high-tech scoreboard. Fauja Singh, and why should we try to be like him?
Let's try and think. Try and give an educated guess on this.
Okay.
Who is Fauja Singh and why should we try and be like him? Did he found yoga or something and should we be following in his footsteps?
I mean, I do love that because it does sound like the
Sounds like something you'd come up with.
I
But no,
mean,
I genuinely don't know the answer to this question.
okay, so it's not he didn't found yoga because that was like 4,000 years ago.
Yeah. Oh,
And he is a British citizen.
okay.
Um, but Fauja Singh, he was the oldest man to ever complete the 2012 London Marathon. He was 101 years of old age when he
Of
ran
old.
it, and he did it in 7 hours, 49 minutes, and 21 seconds.
What a legend. I didn't
I
know
know,
that.
right? That's
Yeah.
mental, isn't it?
What a legend.
So
So that's a
cool.
0 for me on that one.
0 for that one. But what's even more amazing, right? This dude, because you'd think, well, if he's 101 and he's still running marathons at that age, he probably has been a runner all his life. He didn't start running until he was in his 80s.
Remarkable.
Isn't that cool? So that's why we should try to be like him, because you're never too old. And when I read that newspaper article online the other day, I was like, fucking hell, that's awesome. Mm, there we go. Your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to choose a health and wellness one now.
Okay.
I'm going to come up with um the parts of the body that work together to change food into a form the body can use. No, that's too easy. That's far too easy. That's also far too easy.
I'm all right doing easy questions, you know.
No, no, now that you're doing me now. I'm not interested in this um okay. Many children with asthma experience more severe reactions when they breathe. Your answer is secondhand smoke, carbon dioxide, oxygen, or air.
Okay, this is one of my multiple choice ones. Okay.
Yes.
So, asthmatic children find it more difficult to breathe when faced with those 4 toxins you mentioned.
Many children with asthma experience more severe reactions when they breathe. Secondhand smoke, carbon dioxide, oxygen, or air.
Well, it can't be air because that would be weird. Because don't we need air to breathe? But then there's oxygen and carbon dioxide in air. So maybe secondhand smoke because that's highly fucking toxic. But then if you just have CO2 on its own, like emissions from cars and stuff, that's also highly toxic. Ooh.
What triggers asthma
But
specifically more?
then all of those things are in air. Hmm.
Choose one.
Okay, so asthmatic children find it more difficult to breathe when they are faced with secondhand smoke.
Yes, correct.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Ooh,
Good answer. And it's the fairly obvious answer, isn't it, when you think about it?
I know, but I'm under pressure now, and I feel like everybody is judging me on my lack of intelligence. Phew. Um, isn't black coffee a good thing to have when you're having a bit of an asthma attack and you haven't got your meds with you?
Something I do not know the answer to.
Okay, well, we shall leave that there then because we do not want to give that kind of advice out on the air.
No, no, no.
Okay, here's a fun one. This is a gender one. So this is going to be a good question. Okay, who is more likely to negative split in a marathon, men or women?
Women.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Yeah, probably because women have a much, much, much better relationship with their own psychology than men do when it comes to managing effort and um yeah, managing effort, managing the release of energy.
Exactly what it says in my answer. Yeah. They tend to hang back more than men at the start, but continue to increase speed and finish strong in the second half of the race,
Yeah.
whereas men just fucking bolt from the thing like
Much
horses.
less egoless racing, and that's why women are so amazing to coach, and that's why I got a point and a half a point bonus for knowing the second answer on that one, didn't I? Did I get a point and a half on that one?
I'll give you a bonus half. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Okay.
You're
Ah,
now leading 2.5 to 1.
okay. So now we're bringing in the Ultra Trail, the Tour de Mont Blanc, the
I should have.
UTMB,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and being a French resident yourself
Mm-hmm.
and a fan of this race,
Mm-hmm. I
how
should
many
probably
how
know more.
how many times has a French woman won the UTBV?
The UTBV.
No, the UTMB, sorry, not
The U
UTBV. Yeah,
the
UTMB. I'm
the
so used to it.
UTM the UTMB. I would say 2 women have won that who are French. One, two, what? Zero.
No,
One
no,
woman,
it
one
doesn't. It
French
doesn't
woman.
matter like, I'm not asking you how many French women. I'm asking you how many times, because one woman might have won it 5 times. One woman might have won it eight
How
times.
many
Three
times?
women might have won it 3 times. So how many times has a French woman won the UTMB?
Well, I know last year it was an American woman, and that's as far as my knowledge goes. So I'm just going to go and say 6 times, 5 times, five,
You're going with five.
six, six, four. Oh, stop making faces. 5 times.
Is that what
Six. No, six. Six. I'm going with six.
you're going with six?
Yeah.
Final answer.
Yeah.
All right. It was 3 times.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
You can get half a bonus point if you can name one of the years that a French woman has won the UTMB. The race
2019.
was formed in 2003.
In that case, I'm probably going to say 2004.
No,
Okay. 2019?
no. Courtney
Okay.
Dauwalter won it in 2019.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I will offer up another half a bonus point if you can tell me
Mm-hmm.
in what time within to the nearest hour
Mm-hmm.
did Karine Herry, who was the first French woman to win it in 2006, took to complete the race?
The 100 miler. I would say she did it in,
158 kilometers, but yeah,
yeah. I would say that she did it in 27 hours.
she did not. She did it in 21:06:06.
Blimey, that's
Yeah.
very quick. All right,
Yes.
wow. Fucked that harder than a very hard thing that fucks. Okay. All right, so 2.5 to 1 so far. I don't know why I thought I would ever win this. I think I can only beat you at Scrabble.
Oh, you decimated me at that. It was embarrassing.
That's the only game I'm ever going to win you. Look, I have another high-tech prop here for your
Okay.
question number 4.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this first and then I'm gonna show you because I think it's gonna blow your mind when I say it and it's gonna be hilarious. So let's watch your face. What is this? Open brackets, H2N, close brackets, open brackets, HN, close brackets, CN, open brackets, CH3, close brackets, CH2, CO2H.
What? Say that again.
What is this? What is this a chemical formula for?
Um,
I will give you a clue. I mean, you do know it and you use it.
It's either going to be electrolytes of some form or lactic acid, isn't it?
I'm not helping. I'm losing badly here.
Or complex carbohydrates or protein. I'm not much of a scientist, you see.
No shit.
So I do
It's
know
it's
it.
something that you use on a
Oh,
daily
it's
basis.
creatine. It's creatine.
Oh, you absolute fucking bastard. Oh, I shouldn't have given any clue. Right, no more clues for you.
What? It
You
wasn't
get
the clues. It just came to me. It just came to me. It wasn't the clues.
you get 0 clues. Okay, 4.5 to 1. 3.5 to 1. Look, my if you put my score sideways, it looks like a little dumbbell.
So, white blood cells that attack pathogens are
Hmm.
called neurocytes, lymphocytes, carcinogens, or none of these.
Well, they're obviously not carcinogens because that's things that cause cancer. What was the first one? Neuro something.
Neurocytes. Do you want me to spell it?
No, I feel like because it's got the neuro prefix, it must be something to do with the brain. What was the second one?
Lymphocytes,
Lymphocytes. That sounds like it would come from the lymph nodes. White blood cells that attack.
carcinogens, or none of these.
I
None
don't
of
think
these
it's.
is an option.
Yeah, I don't think it's any of those. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
No, I don't think it's any of those.
Is that your final answer?
None of them sound right.
Is that your final
White
answer?
blood cells that attack pathogens are called white blood cells.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, the answer is lymphocytes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Lymphocytes are a type of white blood cells that play a crucial role in the immune system. They're responsible for identifying and attacking pathogens, such as bacteria and viruses, to protect the body from infections. Neurocytes are not white blood cells and do not have a role in fighting pathogens. Carcinogens are substances that cause cancer and not related to white blood cells or the immune response. Therefore, the correct answer is lymphocytes.
Thanks there, DJ Bale. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Question number. Oh, so I get 0 for that. Okay. Question number 5. Okay. What event? This is an historical question for you. What event did the first ever Olympic champion win? Bonus points if you can name that winner. What event did the first ever Olympic champion win?
In the modern era,
First ever.
javelin.
Is the incorrect answer. No.
Then I don't know. Don't have an answer for this. It was
Okay.
Jimmy. It was Jimmy, and he ran 100 meters.
Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek. Yeah. I mean, it might have been the marathon.
It wasn't the marathon. No,
No.
no, no, no.
Okay.
The first written records of the ancient Greek Olympic Games date back to 776 BC.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I
It
did
wasn't
say
Jesus Christ, was it?
it wasn't
That's
Jesus Christ. There's no record of him ever competing in the Olympic
so. It
Games.
wasn't in the modern era. It was in the
I
pre-modern era.
I did say right at the beginning that this was an historical question. And it was a cook named Krebet. Cor Blimey.
How the fuck was I meant to know that? Just out of interest. Who knows
Well,
that shit?
historians do, and
Okay.
I do, because I looked it up and read some words. It was a cook called Corioebus Corobus, I don't know. And he won the 192-meter foot race, and it was the only event in the Olympics at that time. Isn't that
Okay.
interesting?
It is.
Hmm.
So, this is a question about Courtney Dauwalter.
Oh, brilliant.
In 2003, no, 2000, blah, 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 in 2023,
Yes.
she was the first person to ever win a certain triple in 1 year. What were the three races that she won? Was the first person in history to win that triple.
So I know that she won the Western States 100 last
Yes.
year. She also won the UTMB last
Yes.
year. And the third one was also in America.
What was it called? Because you're 2/3 of the way to one full point here.
I know.
And you're also one
Oh, la, la,
third
la, la,
away
la,
from
la.
0 points.
And I think we all know which way this will go because I cannot pluck from my mind that fucking last race.
That
No.
must have been a really hard one, eh?
Yeah. Because didn't she do that one? It was after the UTMB.
Yeah, really hard. Must
Mm,
have been a really hard race, that one.
mm. The Hard Rock.
There you go. But you've got to get the full
Yay!
name, the Hard Rock what?
I got it all by myself
The
without
hard the
any
hard
help.
the Hard Rock what?
The Hard Rock Cafe.
It's the
The
Hard
Hard
Rock
Rock, the Hard Rock Cafe 100 Ultra Trail.
is well, you know, it's the Hard Rock 100. We'll give you that. We'll give you
Yeah.
that. I think the audience are with you. Like a Roman gladiator, you've got the thumbs down.
Wasn't it? Hmm.
No,
Is that a common
yeah,
misconception?
common misconception, as opposed to the film in Gladiator, where it was the thumbs
Mm.
down meant that not to kill them, thumbs up meant to kill them.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
So my
So, so you do know history.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That should have been the answer. That should have been the question.
And also, so all this time that we've all been going around to each other going, hey, we're actually saying to each other when we give each other thumbs up, you should
Yeah.
die. Fascinating. All right, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Question number 6.
Okay.
Okay, what is the Swedish for speed play, and why is it relevant to us? As in you and me, us.
It's fartlek,
Oh!
and it's just a form of interval training for running.
Yeah. Right, fine. Yeah. 1 point for you, grudgingly given.
Now, I got a question for you, and there are multiple opportunities within this to get half a point. Who holds the world record for the longest non-stop run by a human being? When was it set, and how far was it, and how long did it take that person?
Ah, so many things that are unknown to me right now. Is it a person I know? Will I know this person's name?
I don't know. Depends. Um, do you know who holds the world record for the longest run ever? I
No,
didn't
but
know
like,
the first random Greek bloke to get an Olympic fucking record. So,
yeah, I know, but
play by your own rules here.
yeah, but my point is, like, is it a name that's kind of known in the running community these days that I will have heard by osmosis somehow?
It is, he has got, bloody hell, annoying. I just gave you a clue. They have got a very well-known name in the health and fitness community. I mean, just well-known person. Whether or not you'll have heard, I don't know.
All right. Okay, so I need to know the person's name, when they did it, how long it was,
And how long it took them.
how long
You'll
it took
get
them.
you'll get a full point for their name, You'll get half a point for any of the other bits and pieces.
All right. So the runner was a man,
Hmm.
I think. I feel like intuition is telling me it was a man. And his name was Jimmy the Running Geese.
Absolutely was not.
It'd be so, it would be so funny if it was though. Jimmy the Runner Geese. Oh, I fucking nailed it. Is his first name even Jimmy?
No.
No.
Do you want
I'm
his,
gonna,
now that you've got that wrong, do you want his name?
yeah.
Dean Carnassus.
Oh, boof. No, I've never
No,
even heard of
never
him.
heard of never heard of
No.
Dean Carnassus. Okay.
So probably America.
That wasn't a bonus point, but yes. The bonus points were
I thought,
for what year it was set, how
ah,
far it was, and how long it took him.
all right. Okay, not where. Where
No.
wasn't factored into it. Okay. I feel like I should get a bonus half for knowing it was America, though, or guessing very astutely that it was in
I
America.
don't know where it was. I mean, I know he's an American. That's all I was saying.
All right.
Um,
I think it was probably 168 miles.
no, no, no.
Brilliant, brilliant. I'm fucking nailing it, nailing it. I
Being
think
that
it took,
ultra marathons exist that are longer than that, I would be surprised if that was the answer.
all right, 374.
Oof, 350.
Oh, can I get half a point for being quite close?
No.
And
What
it took
year?
him, wait, I haven't finished. It took him 250 miles. Took him 46 hours.
Took him 80 hours, 44 minutes.
Oh, for fuck's sake, he should have been faster than that.
There's still half a point on the table for the year.
1992.
Shall I give you a clue?
Yeah,
All right. This year
yeah.
was a very special year for you and I.
2021.
2005.
2005. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Ah,
yes, Dean Karnazes competed the longest non-stop run by a human being in 2005. He ran 350 miles, 560 kilometers non-stop. It took him 80 hours, 44 minutes. The record was not recorded by Guinness, but has been upheld by other organizations. He's considered one of the best runners in the world.
good old Jimmy the Geese. Well,
But because Guinness didn't record it, Johnny Salo currently holds the world record for running the longest distance because he won the 1929 Transcontinental Race from New York City to Los Angeles, California. He ran from March 31st to June 17th, an impressive 79 days. He took many breaks during the race, so he doesn't qualify for the record longest run without taking a break.
interesting.
There you go. So,
One day I'm going to run from one side of Europe to the other, but I will stop for snacks.
okay,
There we go. You heard it here first.
cool.
All right, next one for you. Question number 7.
Can we do more? I'm enjoying this. I want more than 10.
I've only done 10.
Oh, I'm making them up as I go now because I completely got the wrong end of the stick. I'm just improvising questions.
Okay. Well, who said, this is a quotation, who said this? I reckon I could do 100K. That was lovely doing a 10K in Zo2. Why could you not do it another 10 times? Who said that?
You.
No. I will say
Uh,
that quote again. I reckon I could do a 10K. That was lovely doing a 10K in Zone 2. Why could you not do it another 10 times?
I reckon I could do a 10K. That was lovely doing 10K in
No,
zone
I
2.
reckon I could do 100K.
Oh, 100K. You said 10K.
Oh, did I? No, I meant
Yeah.
so I reckon I could do 100K. That was lovely doing a 10K in Zone 2. Why could you not do it just another 10 times?
Is it someone we've interviewed?
Mm-hmm.
Who said that?
I'm not giving you any clues.
Jen.
Oh,
Oh, did
how
I nail
did
it?
you remember that?
Nice.
I mean, no, that's not the right answer.
I think it is. I think it is. I got another. Chalk it up. Chalk it the fuck up.
Oh, what a bastard. One, two, three, four. Oh, I gave you zero. One, two, three, four, five. 5.5 to 2.
Okay. Your question. What weighs more, fat or muscle?
I feel like this is a bit of a trick question. Because if you have a pound of fat and a pound of muscle, they both weigh a pound. Like, weight is weight.
Nailed it. This is a trick question. They both weigh the same. Muscle is just more dense than fat. People
Nailed
always say muscle weighs more than fat. Muscle weighs more
it.
than fat. It doesn't. Weight is weight. It's the density and the amount of space they take up for the weight that is the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad I've got a point now. I've now got 3 points, which is very exciting. All right, here's another question for you. It's another running question. I think all of mine are a little bit running biased. Why is a marathon 26.2 miles?
Because that was the distance that the geezer had to run the first time he ran from Athens to wherever or somewhere to Athens, because he had to let people know that the battle had been won and then he died or something.
That's the apocryphal tale.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was somebody who ran from a town to another town, but it wasn't that far. And he also didn't die after.
Okay, so why is it 26.2 miles? It's 26.2 miles because that is how much 42 kilometers is in miles. I don't know.
No, it's such a rubbish story, and you're gonna hate it because when I found this out as well, I instantly hated it. So before in Olympics, when they had marathons, they were roughly around 25 to 26 miles.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they first did a London Olympics
Yeah.
way back in the day, um, they set it from the Olympic Stadium, and it was in between Olympic Stadium and Windsor Castle. But the royal family wanted the runners to run past their royal box as they finished. So it was exactly 26 miles, but then they added 0.2 miles so that the race would end, the marathon would end by the royal box. So it's
Fuck
because of
off.
the bloody British royal family that we've
Uh,
got that annoying 0.2 on the end of a fucking marathon. And I say it like I'm angry, but I've never run a marathon.
no.
A
Well,
road marathon, not
you've
not
run
road
through a
marathon.
marathon. You've run through a marathon.
I have, but I haven't run a road marathon.
Okay.
I've run
So
marathon distance, but
no
I've
points for me. What's the total at the moment? How are we going?
well, because you got that was a this is what in the pop quiz world we call an absolute nuclear fuck up. Because you got that one wrong, it eliminates all of the points that you've scored in the whole game.
That's not what. How many points have I got?
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5.
And how many have you got?
Many, many less.
Okay, good. Glad, nice to hear that I'm winning. Is it what how many questions have we had now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're on your 8.
Oh, I'm running out of fun. What does the word yoga mean?
That's a great question. It's the Sanskrit for something.
I'm very surprised you didn't just nail this like
I sh I should
that.
I should know that
This
instantly.
is your wheelhouse.
Mm. It's one of the 8 pillars of the Hindu philosophy. And I don't
That's
know what it means.
Do you not?
I
Could
don't
you
know
take
what
a
it
could you
means.
take an educated guess?
Probably not. Um, I feel like it might have something to do with Connecting the physical body to the mind.
That is a very good place to start if you were going to make an educated guess on this. That
Okay,
is a fantastic place to start your journey of getting towards that guess.
thanks. That
You're
felt a little
welcome.
bit condescending.
No, but no, I wasn't. No, like genuinely quite impressed with how you've started your
So that's not the answer then.
no.
Mind-body connection.
There's one word. Yoga means one word.
Connection. Beard. No, that
Tell
wasn't
me
a clue.
tell, tell me when you were giving me your final answer and we'll stick with it.
Um, Connection.
You're gonna kick yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Union.
Union. Oh, putain, it's a fucking
you don't
synonym.
you don't get it. You don't
It's
get
a
it. It
synonym.
doesn't matter.
Oh la la.
That's a zero. I want to see a zero written up there, please.
0. Connection and union are the exact same word,
No.
just so you know. Okay, another gender question. Who was the first women? No, not who. When? Sorry. Changes the question completely. When was the first women's Olympic marathon? Bonus points for naming the winner.
Oof. Not as soon as it should have been.
As most things, yep. Mm.
1988,
Incorrect.
1984.
No, you've already given your answer, so I cannot
Ah,
accept your second answer.
what was my second? What was the correct answer?
1984.
Ah,
That's why I refuse to accept it.
I don't know. Oh, God damn it.
But you can still get a point if you can name who she was. What's her name? That first ever
I
women
don't.
Olympic
I don't
marathoner.
know, and I don't want to do her an injustice by getting it wrong.
It was Joan Benoit Samuelson.
Yes, did know that. Okay,
And she ran it in 2 hours, 24 minutes,
nailed it.
which is pretty fucking tasty.
Did you hear about that Chinese bloke recently that got disqualified from running a marathon because he chain smoked throughout it
What?
and he ran it in 3 hours 20?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Chain smoked the whole way.
I feel like that's the start of a joke.
No,
There's going to
it's
be
not.
some kind of
No.
punchline with a
Genuine,
really
genuine story.
and they disqualified him.
Yes.
Fucking hell. I mean, like smoking is bad, obviously, but if you can fucking run a marathon in 3.5 hours while you're fagging it, that's quite impressive. Mental.
Cheers, isn't it?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you got the ninth one incorrect.
How would you describe a compound exercise?
I would describe a compound exercise as annoying or boring or irritating because it sounds like something that would happen in strength.
How would you correctly describe a compound exercise?
A compound exercise. So a compound is many things. So if it's a compound exercise, maybe it's working two muscle groups at the same time.
A compound exercise is an
I
exercise that
haven't
works
finished.
multiple muscle groups at once. So yes, I'm going to give you that. Yeah.
Cool.
You got
That's
that simply by your understanding of the English language. Well done.
Ah, brilliant. Okay, last question for you. Are you ready? This is another
Yes.
quotation.
Was that my last question for you?
No, no, no. I've got one left because you started.
No, no. But have I got another one to ask you?
You've got, yeah, yeah. This is your last one. And then you have to ask me one more.
Okay.
All right. So who said this? This is another quotation.
It's going to be some
Ultimately,
fucking Viking or something, isn't it? Though.
who said this? Ultimately, these tiny changes don't make a huge amount of difference. It's the accumulation of effort over time that is the key.
Me.
It is, it's you. I took a quote from you and I put it in the quiz to see if you would get it because it would have made me laugh if you didn't, but you did get it. So my joke fell flat. Brilliant.
All right. Tell me how many points, because how many points I've got and how many points you've got is going to let me decide which question I ask you next.
Okay. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.5 for you.
Yeah.
And me so far, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So it doesn't matter if you get this right or wrong. You're going to lose anyway.
Yeah, basically.
So I'm going to ask you the nice one.
Okay.
What is the name for a sequence of yoga positions?
It's an asana.
An asana. Is that your final
Mhm.
answer? It's a vinyasa, according to this. Vinyasa.
Vinyasa. Vinyasa is a type of yoga. Oh no, wait, wait. Asana is the posture.
Vinyasa is a sequence of how,
Vinyasa is
according
the
to this.
flow. Oh,
I
I'm gonna get
was
myself.
not. I thought that was the super easy, friendly one.
Yeah, I'm giving myself a point for that anyway. One,
All
two,
right.
three, four,
Do you
five.
want the non-friendly one I was going to ask you to
Yeah,
see if
let's
you
see
can
if I
claw
can
it
answer
back?
that one. Yeah, that'd be mental.
Name
Let's
the
see what that one.
exercise equipment that uses your own body weight to loosen tight muscles and improve blood flow.
The what?
Name
Mm.
the exercise equipment that uses your own body weight to loosen tight muscles and improve blood flow.
Is it something in a gym?
Name the exercise equipment that uses your own body weight to loosen tight muscles and improve blood flow.
The exercise equipment that uses your own body. A trampoline?
Is that your final answer?
I feel like I feel like it's not the right one. But a trampoline would loosen up tight muscles and increase blood flow, and it does use your own body weight. I feel like it's a sensible answer.
All right.
Trampoline.
It's a foam roller.
Ah. Oh, I've still got 5. Just just for pity. I got a pity point there.
That was fun.
So at the end of the Get Out in It pop quiz, at the end of this first month of the new year, James is the winner with 6.5 points. And I am the sore loser with a paltry 5.
I think we can both be very proud of ourselves. We both did very well there, don't you think?
Yeah, and also it's quite good fun because I did learn, or not enough to answer your questions, but I did learn quite a lot about running and marathons and shit while I was doing some research.
There
So
you
it's
go.
quite
There
nice.
you go. Nailed it. Nailed it. I was pleased I managed to pull the Western States 100 out, and I was pleased I managed
Oh,
to
nice.
pull the fartlek out of there as well.
Yeah, I was. I thought my questions would stump you quite hard, but obviously not. And I also can't believe you got creatine, you bastard.
It's it's my favorite supplement of all time.
Yeah,
It's
shouldn't have
probably, I
given you
mean,
the clue.
as you know, I cherry pick my supplements. I only take what I really think I need to take, and creatine, vitamin B12, and some protein powder is pretty much it, with a bit of collagen sometimes. Or
Yep.
vegan collagen. Love it.
Right then, shall we be honest or whatever it is we do now in our new format? I've totally forgotten it because we don't do coffee anymore, do we?
No, the first thing we do after we've done
Mm.
our main segment is we do the weekly post.
The weekly post. Did you got one, huh? You You found one.
I did.
Yeah. Wha-
Whoop.
The weekly post. Is that it?
So yeah, this week I've added in a post taken from the Renaissance Periodization YouTube channel, which I watch quite frequently with Dr. Mike Isertal. Now, I'm an endurance athlete, you're an endurance athlete, but strength training is very important to me. And I always take the opinion that if you're going to do something to supplement your running, look at the people who are experts in that something and take how they do it, take the best bits of what they do and use it to your own benefit. And
Mhm.
I spend quite a bit of time watching bodybuilding content on YouTube because I really enjoy the way they approach their sport and the way they how the absolute experts in, building muscle and and undertaking effort under load, and I love it. And Dr. Mike
Yeah, we
Isertal
had
is
we had a bodybuilder on Get Out in it, didn't we?
we did indeed.
Yeah.
And Dr. Mike Isertal is one of my favorite content creators in this space. He not only is he very, very knowledgeable, being a PhD in sports science, some specific niche somewhere in there, but also he's quite amusing. He makes me laugh. And I thought this video I saw the other day was quite related to this weekly post segment that we're doing. Now it's the link is in the show notes, and the video is called How to Stay Motivated as a Natty with the subtitle Everyone's on Drugs.
Ah, so it is the one I watched.
Is it or is it not?
Is it the one you sent to me and said,
Yes, it
watch this?
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Now, obviously, I don't think um, the idea of having to stay motivated because thinking everyone's on drugs particularly relates to our level of endurance sports. But if you listen to the video, it's really quite insightful how to take social media content that you see online that you can't really relate to because you don't live the life that person's got. You don't have the
Mm.
opportunities that person's got. You're not in the place that person is. And how to take that content anyway and not be to take the positive from it rather than the negative. In this
Yeah.
instance, he's talking about seeing people online who are on drugs and thinking, well, I can't attain that. So what's the point in watching that content or seeing that? Or how do I deal with that? In my instance, I'm thinking that you take the lessons learned from this video and apply it to all social media. Always look at something and think, well, that's probably not reality. It's not a reflection of reality, but there are things I can draw from that I can use to inspire me or motivate me. And I thought it was a really useful video for that, which is kind of
Mm.
what the point of the weekly post is, eh?
Yeah, because he was talking about inspiration, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He wasn't talking about emulation. He was
Mm.
talking about inspiration. And I thought that that was a really important message because I know certainly for me when I'm doom scrolling through Insta and seeing all of these runners doing amazing things constantly without ever breaking stride and never kind of fucking up their schedules or, phoning it in or whatever because it's too fucking cold outside. It can be quite demoralizing to see all of these perfect people doing all of their perfect training and everything. Um, so inspiration, not emulation, I think, is a
Exactly that.
very important message when we're looking at Insta or Facebook or YouTube. I don't want to say icons. What's the word I can use instead of that? Do you know what I mean?
Role models, whatever.
Role models. That's a
Yeah.
better one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And and what I would do is if you're going to go and have a look at this video, use the link in the show notes, check out the channel because there's a lot of really useful information in there when it comes to, protein, when it comes to intermittent fasting, when it comes to, you know, he did a really, really, I watched the other day, he did like a 45-minute lecture on why and why not you should or shouldn't become a vegan. And
Mm.
ultimately, he came down on the side of it's probably a very beneficial thing to do. But it was a really interesting talk that took into account every way of looking at what veganism is. And it was very insightful and I enjoyed it.
Mm. Yeah, I really enjoyed that video, and he is quite funny. And I feel like he He doesn't mince his words.
No,
He's
or
he's
take
quite
himself too
forth
seriously, which I quite
yeah,
like.
he's quite forthright, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Worth a look. Worth a look. Link in the show notes.
Yes.
Shall we be?
S
Oh,
I was gonna say, so now what do we do? The format's changed and I
it
can't keep
hasn't
up with it.
changed.
I'm
It
so
hasn't changed.
confused.
It's gone. It all that's changed is the weekly roast is now the weekly post. And
Yeah, but
now,
it's enough. It's enough to flummox me.
now let's be honest, shall we?
Okay.
Let's be honest. So go on. You said you had something racked up for this, so let's hear it.
Yeah, I got a couple of things racked up for the Let's Be Honest 999 Let's Be Avenue this week. First of all, I've got a marathon, a trail race marathon in 4 weeks, and I'm shitting my pants because I do not feel ready for that motherfucker. Because around here, it's going to be about 1,000 meters of elevation, and I think it's going to take me about 6.5 hours.
Okay.
And the longest I've ever run so far this year is 2 hours 15 minutes. So I feel like I'm woefully, woefully unprepared for this event in 4 weeks.
Then you're just going to have to take it easy. It's going to be a very, very steady, long day out. Take it steady. Enjoy the kilometers. Don't worry about it.
All right.
You are going
Brilliant.
to be doing some longer runs before then.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, your fitness is there. You're fit enough to do it. You just need to go and not. It's not like running a marathon on the road. You're not going to be all out all the time. So, you know,
That's fair enough. But when I was doing my hill repeats on Friday, something weird happened and it freaked me out a little bit. On my first 3 minute repeat uphill, normally when I'm exerting myself, my threshold heart rate that was unnecessary.
what
That
was?
little eye movement when I said exerting myself. It was inappropriate facial expressionism. Um, Normally when I'm at threshold, my heart rate is around one. You're my coach. What is it? 146?
Yeah, I mean your threshold was about 144.
Yeah. And then so when I did my first 3 minute hill repeat, my heart rate went sky high to 193. It's never been that high before. And I didn't feel that bad until I looked at my watch and I saw my heart rate and then I panicked. But it was at the end of my 3 minute interval. So I was just kind of jogging back down the hill to do my next one. And I walked for a little bit as well to get my heart rate back down. But it really freaked me out because I was like, fucking hell, my heart's literally going to explode. It's actually going to explode
Yeah,
out
I
of my
mean,
chest.
this is where tracking and regular training comes into its own because you get these metrics. And on the face of it, sometimes these metrics aren't very useful. They just sit there. But when you see something like this, you can, you can take from it, oh, interesting. I'm probably getting a cold or something like that, or I'm coming down with a small virus or something because you having a heart rate that elevated is abnormal.
It was a bit of an anomaly, and I did shit my pants. And then I was thinking, fucking hell, if I can't run 3 minutes up a hill just for fun on a Friday afternoon, Friday morning, how am I supposed to do a 1,000 meter elevation trail marathon race in 4 weeks?
There you go. Random attack bonus question for you.
Okay.
In fitness, what
Yeah.
does AMRAP stand for?
AMRAP. Uh, Anti-meridian rice and peas.
No. All right, how about this? In weightlifting, what
Mhm.
does AMRAP stand for?
Um, uh, mm, in the morning, repetitions and push. I don't know. Morning wrap. I don't know.
As many reps as possible.
Ah, as many reps as possible. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. Fair enough.
There you go. There you go.
What relevance is that to
Just thought I'd
my
just thought I'd throw in a random attack bonus question for you.
okay, fair enough. But I was quite stressed on Friday yesterday, and I'm still quite stressed today. I've got a marathon to run in the trails, on the high trails in 4 weeks, and I'm not ready.
No, you are ready because this isn't an all-out A race. What this is part of structured training that you're building towards your lay races later in the year. This race is barely even a race. What you're going to do, you're going to turn up, you're going to treat it like a training session, you're going to go out, you're going to take it very, very easy, you're going to fuel up as you go, and you're just going to enjoy the day.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how long it takes you. It really doesn't.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
And also the other thing that I want to be honest about this week is, a couple of weeks ago I randomly stubbed my toe.
Oh yeah. You broke your toe.
It's weird now. My toe is weird now.
Is it still black?
No, it's not, but it's kind of doubled in size. It doesn't hurt. Well, I mean, it kind of hurts. Like if I roll my toes and like put pressure on, it hurts. But I can still run and walk and hike and cycle and do all those things, but it's really deformed.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of inflammation. You stubbed it really hard.
Yeah, it's
You've got
bad.
a lot of inflammation in there. You may have just chipped a bone or something, or you may have just got some serious bruising on there. But yeah, as long as it's not causing a problem day to day, like you're not struggling to walk and you're not struggling to run, it will recover. But
Yeah, I was
just look after it.
yeah, I mean I'm still doing all of my training and stuff, but I was thinking yesterday when I was looking at my toe, I was like, it's fucking weird. And it's like 2 times bigger than my other one. That its opposite comrade on the other foot is 2 times thinner than that weird one that's now massively deformed and gross. And feet are gross anyway, and now this is just even grosser. And I was thinking, if it's really fucked, is that going to affect my ultras later on in the year?
Probably not. I mean,
Okay.
like I said, you've probably just got a little bit of a bruising in there or something. You might have bruised the bone, you might have chipped the bone. These things do recover and they take some time.
Where is the chip?
I don't know. I'm not an X-ray machine.
If I've chipped the bone, is there a random chip of bone just kind of floating around my toe, waiting to get into my blood system and then into a vein and then into my heart and then kill me?
Yeah, it's probably on its way to your heart right now. Yeah. You've probably got about 20 minutes left.
No more podcast.
No more podcast,
No
but
more podcast.
yeah, at least I won the quiz.
Yeah. So those are my, let's be honest, and also very tired this week.
Yeah,
Very,
fair
very
enough.
tired this week.
Fair enough.
But pleased I did all of my scheduled training. That was really cool. It's the first time this year that I've done a full week of training. So that was
No, well
kind of
done.
cool.
You are actually doing really, really well on your training at the moment. Very impressive.
Thanks. Thanks, thanks, thanks. How about you? Let's be having it.
I'm actually feeling all right. I mean, I know that I've gone from running nigh on a half marathon every single weekend to a year of rehab and injury but I'm feeling like I'm turning a corner and I'm feeling like, I'll have done 3 runs this week by the time the week is over. I know they're only 2.5, 3K and maybe 4K, but it is a start. And I'm enjoying the weightlifting and I'm enjoying having a really focused whole food diet. And I can see my body shape starting to change. I'd really like the old me to be back. I look at pictures of ultra marathons I've run in the past with you at the finish line, and I see a very lean, fit version of me, and I'd really like that person back ASAP.
AMRAP
As many reps as possible.
instead of ASAP.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm just at the moment I'm trying not to get overexcited by the idea that I can run again, but I'd really like to be able to run again soon, properly. Please,
Have
God.
you seen Daisy yet?
No, I haven't got an appointment. No,
Hmm.
I will have soon, but I just been away too much and too busy. I've been away every day. She only works on a Thursday, and so
Ah.
I've been away all the Thursdays,
Mm,
which is a shame.
fair enough.
But there you go. Now we've been honest. Should we go and put some music on and forget about it?
Yes. turn it up.
That'll probably do, won't it?
Oh, I need to look on my thingy for my music. I'll go first so I can put my thing up. All right, so this popped up yesterday on my playlist when I was doing my hills, and I haven't heard it for ages, and it came up, and I was like, it's fucking brilliant, and I loved it. So this is what's going in. It is from Carl Jenkins, who's a Welsh composer, and it's from his 2006 Adiamus album, and it is the In Paradisum Requiem Dies Irae.
Oh,
Dies Irae, which is Latin for Day of Wrath.
nice.
Yeah, and it's very, very good to run to, especially if you're doing interval training, because there's a lot of drums, and it just builds and builds and builds. It's massive orchestra, symphonic orchestra, huge chorus, choral, choir of singers, and it builds and builds and builds, and it's fucking awesome. So that's going in.
Nice. We will
Yeah.
add that to the playlist.
Mm.
I have got a song called Weaponized Love from the 2023 album Unicorn by one of my favorite bands, Gunship.
Ah,
I really,
Gunship.
I really
Yeah,
like this song. I think
you've
it's
put a
brilliant.
few of you've put a few of them in
In
last year's
season one,
playlist.
yeah, indeed. So I'm starting this off, I'm adding them for the first time this year with one of his new tracks from the Unicorn album. I do right. The more I listen to that album, the more it grows on me, the more I like it. I think I
Nice.
might prefer it to the first one now.
Hmm.
So it's really good. It's really cool.
Nice.
Mm.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that covers it. We've established that you are more knowledgeable than I, which rankles me not a little, but a lot.
Well, you did okay. You did okay. Random attack bonus question, the final one.
Okay.
What's the largest muscle in the body? Full Latin name.
The gluteus maximus.
Nailed it. There you go.
Woo!
You finished on the front foot.
Finished half a point less than you, so that's good.
There you go. If you want to find out more about us, head to www.getoutinit events. There's a load of info on there, and you can sign up for the newsletter, download the personal development friend, and book a free consultation with us to discuss your health and fitness. And if you like the podcast, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts. I think it's called, isn't it? Apple Podcasts. Yeah, it's really
Apple
good.
Podcast,
Helps us out, helps the algorithm, really hooks us up.
And if you want to join in with our challenges this year, our monthly challenges, a year of challenges, every month, sign up to the newsletter and you can do them real time, live with us as we do them. And it'll be a lot of fun.
Cheerio.
Bye.
Thanks for hitting the trails with us this week. We'll meet you back here next Monday for more news, more views, more nature.
All the links for our socials are in the show notes. Find and follow us on Facebook, Insta, YouTube, and Twitter. You can subscribe to our newsletter from our website for all the latest updates and camp plans. You get a fun free gift when you sign up.
Leave a review on your podcast app. It's really easy and really helps us out.
And if you've got any friends who could do with getting out in it, then bring them along to next week's outdoor adventure. We'd love to have you all with us.
Catch you next week. Cheerio.